Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we're on page 70. Page 70 to page 72 is all about reinforcement of what you've learned about L. So those pages is for extra writing practice as well as reading practices as well. So what you need to do really is to go through it yourself, read it slowly and correctly, and then compare the way I'm going to read it to you now. Pay attention particularly to moon letters and the sun letter and what is happening once they've been attached to the L of the. Reading across on page 70, يلعب كرة التنس. You see, ta here is your sun letter, therefore it's carrying shadda, and as a result, lam is being suppressed. And alif is silent because it's not at the beginning, as you know. يلعب كرة التنس. يخلط الطباخ البيض. To is a sun letter, it's carrying the shadda, and lam is silent. يخلط الطباخ البيض. Ba, after the L of the, that ba is a moon letter, therefore we retain the sukun on the lam. يخلط الطباخ البيض. يغسل السيارة. يغسل السيارة. Sin after the, that's lam of L of the. Sin is a sun letter, is carrying the usual shadda. يقطع الخضروات. The kha is a moon letter, therefore we retain the sukun on the lam. يقطع الخضروات. يعصر الليمون في الكوب. The lam is a sun letter and is carrying the shadda as usual, and the kaf is a moon letter, and therefore we retain the sukun on the lam of the. يعصر الليمون في الكوب. يساعد السائق العجوز. Sin is a sun letter carrying the usual shadda. Ain is a moon letter, we retain the sukun on the lam. يساعد السائق العجوز. يساعد السائق العجوز. يتزلج الولد على الثلج. يتزلج الولد على الثلج. Wow is the moon letter, and therefore the sukun retained is retained there on the lam of the. Tha is the sun letter, it's carrying the obligatory shadda. So يتزلج الولد على الثلج. يصلح المهندس الكهربائي الغسالة. يصلح المهندس الكهربائي الغسالة. Here you have your meme, which is a moon letter. We retain the sukun, as you can see on the lam, and that sukun is correctly linked with hu. Yusallihul muhandisul. Again, the ka is the moon letter. Muhandisul kahrabaiyul ghassalata. So the meme and the ka and the ghain, they are all moon letters. Next, يزن البقال الفواكه. Ba, moon letter, we have sukun on the lam of the. Fa is also moon letter, we retain the sukun on the lam of al. يزن البقال الفواكه. تميل الشجرة في الرياح الشديدة. Shin, as your sun letter, carrying the obligatory shadda. And Ra is also a sun letter, is carrying the shadda, and you see that how the kasra is tucked in under the shadda there. Shin also is a sun letter. تميل الشجرة في الرياح الشديدة يتصيد الضفدع الذبابة. So the dot is a sun letter carrying shadda, and there is a kasra there tucked in below it. Dhal is a sun letter, is carrying the shadda. يتصيد الضفدع الذبابة تقلع الطائرة من المطار. Ta is a sun letter carrying the shadda. Mim is a moon letter, and we retain the sukun on the lam. تقلع الطائرة من المطار. On page 71, the exercise continues. يقرأ الجريدة. يقرأ الجريدة. Jim is a moon letter. يقرأ الجريدة. يقرأ الكتاب. Kaf is a moon letter. That's why we retain the sukun on the lam. يقرأ الكتاب. يتلو القرآن الكريم. The qaf in the Quran is a moon letter. We retain the sukun al lam, and note how we ignore the pronunciation of alif because it's not at the beginning, and the sukun is linked directly to the first available vowel before it, and that's lu. That's why I say yatlul Qur'an al-Karim. يتلو القرآن الكريم. يركع في الصلاة. يركع في الصلاة. The sword is a sun letter carrying the shadda. The lam therefore has been suppressed. Alif also is silent because it's not at the beginning. And look at the lengthening here has been cut short now, so we just link the fi, the kasra under the fa, direct to the first embedded sword, which has sukun on it. So يركع في الصلاة. يلعب الطفل باللعب. Again, ta here is your sun letter, and the kasra is under the shadda. And we link the first ta, embedded ta here, with the ba, bu, يلعب. يلعب الطفل باللعب. Again, look at the lam, which is your sun letter carrying shadda with dhamma. Now, the lam has been suppressed because of that, and alif of al is quiet, is silent because you have this ba, which is kasra b. So you're just linking the b with the first embedded lam, which has sukun on it, bil or bil, so lu. That's why we are strengthening the pronunciation of the lu. Bil lu'abi. يلعب الطفل باللعب. يكنس الأرض بالمكنسة. يكنس الأرض. Alif with Hamza, that's your moon letter. The lam here is carrying the sukun, and that's been linked with the su. يكنس الأرض bil. Again, the b has been linked with the lam here with sukun. bil miknasati. يكنس الأرض بالمكنسة. يرتعش الرجل من البرد. Ra is a sun letter carrying the shadda. Lam is silent. Alif is also silent. We link the first ra within the ra with shadda to the shu. يرتعش الرجل من البرد. Ba is small letter and lam has sukun. من البرد. يرتعش الرجل من البرد. يحمل باقة من الورود. يحمل باقة من الورود. Wow is small letter and therefore the lam is carrying the sukun. يحمل باقة من الورود. Next. ينظف الأرض بالممسحة. ينظف الأرض. Alif and Hamza is a small letter. The lam has a sukun. بالممسحة. Mim is a small letter. The sukun on the lam and is linked with B. Bil and Alif is silent. ينظف الأرض بالممسحة. يكتب مواعيده في المفكرة. Mim is your moon letter. The sukun is on the lam. We link the fa kesra fi direct to this lam sukun. We ignore the lengthening and we ignore the alif. يكتب مواعيده في المفكرة. يسجد في صلاة الظهر. Now, dha is a sun letter carrying the shadda. And look at how we link the first embedded dha within the shadda structure to give the row direct to the ta marbuta here with kasra. Salatil dhuhri. يسجد في صلاة الظهر. يمشي الرجل على العكازتين. Now ra is a shamsiya, which is your sun letter carrying the shadda, and is linked directly, the first row within that shadda is linked directly to the shi, and we ignore the lengthening ya there, and we ignore the alif, and we ignore the lam. So yem shirra, this shi is directly linked to the first ra. Yem shirrajulu alal. Again, we ignore this alif maqsura. Fatha on lam directly linked to the lam with sukun. Yem shirrajulu alal ukkazataini. Yem shirrajulu alal ukkazataini. Page 72. يتكلم مع صديقه على الهاتف. Ha is a moon letter. We retain the sukun on the lam. Note how the sukun on the lam is directly linked to the lam before it, ignoring the alif maqsura. So we just cut it short and link the la with l. على الهاتف. يتكلم مع صديقه على الهاتف. يتساقط الثلج بكثافة. ثا is a sun letter carrying the shadda. يتساقط الثلج. يتساقط الثلج بكثافة. يصعد على الدرج. يصعد على الدرج. Dal is a sun letter carrying the shadda, and we link the first embedded dal directly to the lam, which is carrying the fatha. Ala da. We shorten the extension here. Alif maqsura is more or less becomes silent, and alif is silent, and lam is silent. So ala d. Yas'adu ala daraj. يغسل الصحن في الحوض. The sword is sun letter, it's carrying the shadda, and therefore it's directly linked to the lu. يغسل الصحن في الحوض. The ha here is a moon letter. We retain the sukun on the lam. يغسل الصحن في الحوض. يقبض الشرطي على المجرم. Shin is sun letter carrying the shadda. يقبض sh. That mim here is moon letter. We retain the sukun on the lam and we shorten this alf maqsura. So we say على المجرم. يقبض الشرطي على المجرم. أطلق اليمام في السماء الزرقاء. Ya is a moon letter. The sukun is retained on the lam. Sin is a sun letter carrying the shadda. Therefore, lam is ignored. And fi, the lengthening in fi is being shortened. So just link the fa kasra fi directly to the first sin embedded with shadda. أطلق اليمام في السماء الزرقاء. Za is a sun letter as well, carrying the shadda. أطلق اليمام في السماء الزرقاء. يصلح السباك الأنابيب. Sin, sun letter, carrying the shadda. The alif with the hamza is a moon letter. We retain the sukun on the lam. يصلح السباك الأنابيب. البنت نائمة على السرير. Ba is a moon letter. We retain the sukun on the lam of al. You note that the alif, which is first letter of al, which means the fatha is retained. Even if it's not there, for as long as it's at the beginning, you need to pronounce it. You say al, because sukun on the lam, of course, need a vowel, and that's the only available vowel. Al bintu na'imatun ala. That's again, we shorten this alf maqsura to link the la directly to the sin embedded in with shadda. Al bintu na'imatun ala السرير. تستيقظ البنت من النوم. Ba, it is moon letter, sukun is on the lam. Nun is a sun letter, carrying the shadda. Minan, linking the na with first nun with the shadda. تستيقظ البنت من النوم. تعتني الممرضة بالطفلة المريضة. Mim is the Qamariyas letter, moon letter. Therefore, the lam still carrying its sukun. Ta is sun letter carrying the shadda, and we have the kasra there tucked in under the shadda. The lam is silent, alif is silent. We are linking the b with the first embedded ta. So we are saying tiflati. Then mim, moon letter, sukun retains on the lam, linking the t with the lam. tiflatil maridati. تعتني الممرضة بالطفلة المريضة. And that is the end of explanation regarding the al of the, as well as the moon letters and the sun letters in all these possible kind of combinations. You've practiced them very well now. Now let me just analyze the last two lines. Here I will read it normal first, then analyze it for you, and then we read it again at normal speed. ألف مبارك. بهذا قد أنهيتم الجزء الأول في سلسلة العربية من البداية، وإلى اللقاء معكم في الجزء الثاني إن شاء الله. Now ألف مبارك. And congratulations, thousands of congratulations to you. بهذا قد أنهيتم الجزء الأول في سلسلة العربية من البداية. With this, you have completed the first part of the Arabic from the beginning series. وإلى اللقاء معكم في الجزء الثاني. See you again in part 2. Inshallah, God willing. Now, the jim in al-juzu is mun letter, sukun retains on the lam. قد أنهيتم الجزء الأول, because alif and hamza is the mun letter, sukun on the lam. أنهيتم الجزء الأول في سلسلة. Silsila is a series. Now this is, we are quoting the actual title, hence we need to start again. That's why I'm putting the fatha on the a of the Al-Arabiyyatu min al-bidaya. Al-Arabiyya, Ain is moon letter, Sukun is the lam, Alif, we're starting with a new sentence or new phrase. Al-Arabiyyatu, Arabic, min al-bidayati, from the beginning. Minal, as lam on Sukun there, Minal bidaya, because ba is the moon letter. Wa ila al-liqa, lam is a sun letters carrying the shadda with the kasra tucked in under the shadda there, and we are linking that li with the first available lam here. So lam is linked to the first lam with sukun. We're ignoring the lengthening of the alf maqsura and the alif and the lam. Wa ilal liqa'i ma'akum fil. Again, the lam sukun. So that sukun is looking back and linking with the fa with kasra, ignoring the lengthening ya and the alif. Fil juz'i tha. The tha, it is a sun letter with shadda. First embedded tha is linked itself to the hamza with kasra. Juz'i thani. Insha'Allah. Sha'a, that's a, linking to the first embedded lam with sukun with Allah. Insha'Allah. Then ألف مبارك بهذا قد أنهيتم الجزء الأول في سلسلة العربية من البداية وإلى اللقاء معكم في الجزء الثاني إن شاء الله. مع السلامة. إلى اللقاء. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Now, congratulations. You have learned all the skills you need to be able to read and write Arabic correctly, and hopefully with speed. You've learned all your vowels, the letters, the joint format, all the rules of moon letters and the sun letters and alf maqsura and sukun and shadda, everything. Now, I need to take you back to the beginning when we were learning the useful phrases. In the past, at the beginning of the program, I wrote those phrases using Latin script, transliteration. Now, we need to go back now and write them in Arabic text using the correct format, and see whether you can still read it. We use that as form of revision and to make more progress. Let's start. Right. I want you to watch what I'm doing, and hopefully you'll be able to read them. I'm not going to tell you yet. Can you read what I've just wrote? Right, let's see. Next. Follow me. Okay. Okay, let's see. That is your A. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikumus salam. Remember, that's your sun letter. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikumus salam. That's it. In the correct written Arabic, as a text joint format. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikumus salam. Next one. So you can repeat that and copy that in your exercises as well. So to practice your writing in the joint form, and as you are copying it, it's a good practice to read what you are writing. That will be a great help when you are doing that. You say, Assalamu alaikum. That's emphasis, and that's to practice your reading as well. Next one. I will not be reading my aloud to give you a chance to read what I'm writing. Okay, next one is right. Right, let's see. You see? Right. This alif has nothing on it. It's a lengthening. And this one alif has nothing on it. So, and this is sukun, which means the sukun need to look back and find the first available vowel. And this a here, ma. So you say, mas muka. Mas muka means, what's your name? Speaking to a male. Mas muka, what's your name? If you are speaking to a female, you'll be masmuki. I'm going to put kasra there as an alternative. So either masmuka or masmuki, depending on the gender of the person you are speaking to. So masmuka. Now let me explain this alif, because if I just say a name in Arabic is ism, ismun. That means a name. You will note that this alif has no hamza. There is no hamza on top or below. That type of alif is a weak alif, meaning if you have anything before it, it will be suppressed. It will still be there, but it will be suppressed. That's why when we come, what's your name? The ism, which is a name, become mas. We just ignore the alif here. We become silent. But some people will say, ma ismuka. Now, that's not correct way of saying it, because this alif needs to be suppressed as soon as you find something before it. So, mas muka or mas moki. Now, the answer to that would be read is me. Because we start, there's nothing in there, the alif retained is vowel, which is E. So is me, lengthening ya. Is me, my name is. For instance, if you ask me the question to say masmuka ya ustaz, ya muallim, I will say ismi. Let me write my name. Ismi is Imran. Ismi Imran. that's your Ain. Ismi Imran. And this is Ra with lengthening Alif. Imran. Ismi Imran. وَمَا اسْمُكَ أَنْتَ? And what's your name? What I want you to do for me is to practice your name. Say your name and write it the way you say it. Where if there's a lengthening, put lengthening there. Spell it out just by yourself. By listening, the way you pronounce your name is the way you write it down in Arabic. It's very phonic letter indeed. So, Ismi Imran. My name is Imran. Your name, you say Ismi, let's say Faisal. So Faisal, Faisal. Can you guess how do you write Faisal? Faisal. First of all, how many letters can you hear in Faisal? How many letters? I would say 4 letters. The first one is Fa. Faisal. What's the second one? It's a Ya carrying sukun. You get I sound. Faisal. Right. That's Sol. It's not Faisal. That should be seen. But Faisal. Faisal. That's sword. And then Lam. Faisal. So Faisal will be written like this. Fay. And then Sol. Faisal. You will note that at the end, I'm not saying Faisalun or Imranu. Usually at the end, you put an imaginary sukun silent at the end. Imran, Faisal, Zainab, and so on. So that's imaginary sukun at the end, make it just a gentle landing. So Faisal, Imran. So Ismi, Imran. And Ismu, Masmuka, what's your name? You can say Ismi Faisal or Ismi, whatever your name is. Okay, well done. So, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum assalam, Masmuka or Masmuki, Ismi Imran, Ismi Faisal, Ismi Zainab. When I say Zainab, how many letters? Again, 4 letters. Zainab. Zain, Ya with sukun, Noon, and Ba. Zainab. So you have Zainab. That's Zainab. Zainab. Well done. We'll go to the next phrases inshallah using the Arabic script.